Alrighty. Just get this situated. Have the game on. All right. All right, I think that's good. Okay. All right. Hope everyone is having a good Sunday so far. We get a Germany game that's been pretty terrible. Yeah, pretty damn bad. Colts have left so many points on the board. They probably could be winning right now. Oh, they're in field goal. Well, they're almost in field goal range already. Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get into where I'm personally at with this slate. My chair's a little low. Where I'm at with the slate is I'm liking paying up for a quarterback one way or another. Whether that be Allen, Lamar, attacking the New England Tampa Bay game, getting Matt Stafford in my line. I think there's some values in tournaments that's going to be really interesting. Like I'm really interested in where Davis Mills and Dylan Gabriel, one of those guys finished today. I think one of those guys could definitely have a really, really good value-esque game today. So interested in that. For the paydowns, I see people want to play Marcus Mariota again. I understand it. Like his games that he had have been good enough at his price point, right? 13.3, 17.2, 21.3. Against this Detroit team, I just don't love it as much. There's opportunities there, but I truly just don't love it as much. Jackson Dart in Chicago, that one is interesting, but the weather is turning some people off. Seeing that, I still think they're going to be able to throw the ball. Like, I'm not too worried that it's just going to be a run fest and there's going to be no throwing at all. Sam Darnold's definitely likable as well, especially if you like JSN today. With the injuries to Arizona's secondary, I think that's a huge plus for Seattle in this one in a division matchup. 16.1 in their first game, up to 5,800 now in this matchup. So definitely a price adjustment there. I really like Jared Goff as well. Like I think Detroit's going to have a really, really good tournament play today, whether that be Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery at his price point, right? Or the passing attack, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra, JML Laporta. So I'm getting Detroit exposure today. I want that Detroit offense against this Washington defense for sure. So quarterbacks I'm kind of avoiding is usually just this 5K price. So Bryce Young, Marcus Mariota, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones a good amount, JJ McCarthy, I get Tua, Jacoby, like those guys I'm avoiding. It's pretty much the pay ups. So 57 and up, and then just the values in Mills and Gabriel. That's where I'm at so far with the slate. I think the Germans are singing Country Road too right now. Just tweet this out. Put this in our Discord too. Jonathan Taylor get his 100 yards? I think he just did. All right. Okay. So running back McCaffrey's going to be owned just because of the volume, the matchup, the upside for McCaffrey. It's very hard to play McCaffrey when you consider he's more expensive than the three receivers. It is possible, it is very possible to get that in a lineup, and I'll show you why, because I like Mills So let's get Mills. Oh, who just had a big play? Was that Taylor again? Jesus, he's having a game. So let's throw McCaffrey in there as well, and I'll just show you guys that this is very doable today. We'll pay down Travion Henderson. Wide receiver, let's go with anybody. Let's go with JSN. And then we could pay down at defense and stuff like that. Jacksonville in there. Receiver, let's get Nico since we're playing Mills. Could definitely pay down somewhere at receiver. Jerry Jeudy. Tight end, we can go with like Hunter Henry. I know he's popular. And then we get 56 for a flex. So we get someone like Deebo Samuel. So it is possible, right? It is possible to get McCaffrey, JSN. We could probably, like, if we wanted to, we could probably get another stud in here. But those guys got to combine for 90 points easy. They have to combine for 90 points to get McCaffrey, JSN, Puka. Like, it is possible, right? So, like, I could probably switch it up, and let's see. So, if we throw Puka in, what do we got? 36 for flex. Oh, sorry. I got to throw Puka in the wide receiver, but just to show you guys, and then I'll go back. But just to show you guys, I could definitely make this work on DraftKings. And then throw someone like Dalton Schultz in there and get a double stack. But obviously, we're not playing Jacksonville defense because we have that stack. So let's go Patriots defense. Just do something like that. So it is possible. It is possible to get McCaffrey, JSN, and Puka in a lineup. So very possible this week based off players that I like. But yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs is kind of been an up and down player. I think this is definitely a good matchup for him though. At 8K, he definitely has that high potential. James Cook, Devon Achane, this is like cash is going to be a coin flip this week. So if you're playing double ups, head to head, stuff like that, it is going to be a coin flip week. People are going to play Achane, they're going to play Cook. You go to wide receiver, people are going to play Puka, JSN, or Amon-Ra. Like, people are going to have one of these three guys, and then people, I won't say a lot of lines, but I would say a good amount of lines either have James Cook or Devon Achane at running back today. So, but going back to running back, Kyron Williams, I think, is a good leverage play for the Matt Stafford Puka. On their matchup earlier, granted, he got a lot of this in the receiving work. Didn't have the greatest game, but 32 DraftKings points in that one. 20 against New Orleans. It's been good for Kyron in certain matchups. San Fran also dealing with the defensive line injuries. Or just defense in general, but especially defensive line injuries. I really like Quinshon Judkins in this one at 6,500. On the road against the Jets, it's just a good matchup with Williams now traded. I definitely think he's in a really good spot. So 6,500, I like Judkins. Dowdle is going to be one of the top cash plays as far as an ownership perspective. DeAndre Swift, I think you could get leverage with DeAndre Swift, seeing the weather. Been kind of dealing with the injuries and stuff like that. Jonathan Taylor's overrated. Nah. Yeah. What is he at now? I just saw the catch, but I didn't see where he was at for yardage. I bet him to get over 100 rushing yards. He's at 127. Wow. Okay. So, 2nd and 16 for him. Tyrone Tracy, I haven't seen a lot talk about Tyrone Tracy. I talked about him in my GPP video, Tyler Warren monster. But I think Tyrone Tracy's in a good enough spot against the Bears. My Bears are dealing with injuries, especially in the box. 2 defensive line injuries and a linebacker all going to be out this game. So at 5,800, Tyrone Tracy, I think, has that potential to get you a 15-plus point game in this one. Travion Henderson, tough against Vita Vea. Why you're targeting Travion Henderson is not the rushing, it's the receiving in this game. So if you're targeting Travion Henderson, I would not be expecting him to have a good game on the ground. It would be in the air. And Daniel Jones is terrible. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if you guys are watching this game, but he got sacked again. How many sacks is that for Atlanta? That's 5. 5 sacks, a pick, and a fumble. They are killing Daniel Jones. For values for running back, I would like to say Kamara, but Kamara, he's just so bad. He's really just so bad. Ken Walker is cheap. And then David Montgomery. There's not a lot of value at running back, at least on paper right now. Obviously, when the slate comes, there's going to be a cheap running back that scores 10 plus. It's going to happen. Someone gets a receiving touchdown or something like that. So, but yeah, wide receivers, I love wide receiver. I love the wide receiver slate we have because like I said, there's going to be lineups that contain one of the three, Puka, JSN, or Amon-Ra. Emeka Buka's in a really good spot. Nico Collins is in a really good spot. This tier is kind of tough. The Jalen Waddle, Olave, Garrett Wilson. Roma Dunze's in a really good spot. I don't care about the weather. Zay Flowers in a really good spot. Stephon Diggs in a good spot. Debo in a good spot. Wandell, Shakir. Like, I love the wide receiver slate. JMO, I think, is a really good tournament shout. He just had a really good game. Only gets priced $100 more in another good matchup against Washington. Juwan Jennings in another healthy spot at $4,600. His price still really not changing, so I like that as well. Keon Coleman, I think we could see a Keon Coleman game. I'm going to be the one to say it. I think he breaks 10 plus points. I don't know where it ends up, but I think we can see 10 plus points out of Keon Coleman in this matchup. I'm going to be the one to say it right now. Christian Kirk, I like his value at $4,100 against Jacksonville, dealing with some secondary injuries. Demario Douglas in a good enough matchup at 4K. Jerry Jeudy, I definitely am getting exposure to him in my 150s against the Jets here. Did Indy take the field goal? I kind of looked away. They had to have, right? 5 for 58 for him. Yeah, they did. All right. And then there's not a lot that's here. I think what could be interesting is the Jets wide receiver room. John Mechie at 3K could be worth a shot. Garrett Wilson back as well, but Tyler Johnson as well. Like, I don't love this game, but I think there's not going to be a lot of ownership on Cleveland and the Jets, and I think this game could have potential to be a good game. Honestly, it could be totally terrible. We could see under 20 points scored in this game, but since no one's playing them, I'm going to get a little more exposure on that game. And then tight end, yet again, I think tight end is in a really healthy spot this week as well. Trey McBride's in a really good spot. I'm not as high on Kittle, but I understand. Laporta's in a really good spot against Washington. Kincaid's in a fantastic spot against Miami. Fannin, now that he's healthy, he's in a good spot. When I say healthy, he got ruled active. It was kind of unknowing. Atlanta just tripped on the kickoff. Cade Otton in a really good matchup against New England, who's been bad against tight ends. Theo Johnson in a really good matchup against the Bears as well. Dalton Schultz, Hunter Henry, like, it's a really good slate. I'm really interested to see where ownership is today. And there's going to be a lot of 50-50s that are going to dictate where cash is, right? So I think it's a really good spot. Defense, people are probably paying up for a defense. If you're paying down at a defense, you're kind of looking at the Jags at 2,600 or the Browns at 2,900. That's kind of where people are looking at. Patriots at 2,600, I think, is interesting as well. Bijan having a good run. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave a comment. I'll go over them, see where we're at. If not, I'll let you guys get to your lineup building, and we'll get into the slate, and hopefully it's a good one. And for me personally, I hope I don't need a legacy game out of somebody in the late slate to kind of cash. So yet again, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, hope everyone has a good slate. And yeah, if no one has anything, we'll end it here. All right, see you guys.